Welcome back to another Talk Dragon Tuesdays with RPW. I'm super excited because today we are going to be discussing the upcoming event, and I have a special guest up my sleeve I think everyone's going to be excited to hear from. And then, of course, we want to talk about how the last event went. Before we get started, first of all, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is Capture the Flag. This isn't the favorite event within the War Dragon community, but there are a lot of people that really like this event. I personally am really proud of my team because we took first place yet again. Yay! But how did you and your team do? Did you get the points that you were hoping for? Did you take first place? Just let me know in the comments below how you and your team did. And tell me what you think you could have done to make it better. I mean, realistically, we all complain about what went wrong, but how can we fix it and make it better? So, when it comes to this event, guys, the important thing is remember to be consistent on your attacks and not to put everything out there on the plate in the very beginning. Which means don't sit there and put out all your super attacks and your mega coins in the first few rounds, because then you have nothing left over towards the end. So the key here is to be consistent with your attacks. And once you get into the last few rounds, hit the other teams up with everything you have left. This works every time. Awesome news, guys. Spring is coming. I don't know about you and where you're at, but currently we are stationed in the state of Wisconsin, and it is so cold up here. So I'm super excited that spring will be warming things up. But I'm even more excited because you know what this means, right? A new event season is about to be embarked on us. We have one more week beforehand, but guys, it's just right around the corner. However, next week we have the fortification event coming up. And this is the last event of the season. So I hope your forge buildings are busy forging up some timers and getting yourself ready for this event. Don't forget that whenever this event begins or just before, you may want to boost your lumber because people will be attacking like crazy. But this is your last chance, guys. Get in there, get your points in, and get those sigils so you can collect those prizes, because your sigils do not forward into the next event, because we'll be starting a whole new season. So the sigils are going to be completely different and you will not be able to spend them. So be sure you spend what you've got, guys. Alright, so I'm pretty excited because I have a special guest, xOdinsNemesisx. I don't know if you've checked out his YouTube videos, but he is the top YouTuber within the War Dragon community, and he's pretty well known across all the social platforms within War Dragons as well. And even though he has a busy schedule, he was very happy to join us. So, hey xOdinsNemesisx, my first question for you is, when did you first get started? How long have you been playing War Dragons?
Currently, I've been playing this game for about 2.5 years, a little bit less. When I started playing this game, the top tier in the game was gold tier. Platinum tier came out, I think, 3 to 4 weeks after I started playing. So that's a rough time. I don't know the exact date or anything, but I have based it off of that date of when they came out. So it's roughly about 2.5 years, maybe a little bit less.
That explains why you know so much about War Dragons. I mean, to play for 2 years, that's pretty fantastic. Now, I do have a second question for you, and that would be, what is the biggest mistakes that you see lower level players making, and what would you advise that they do to prevent making these mistakes?
The biggest mistake that I see a lot of lower levels making is something that I did, as well as a lot of players who have been playing for a while, and also newer players as well, is building out and making a massive base. A lot of people have this misconception that if you have a ton of towers, right, you build out, as you're having time, and in the game, you start clearing out all the islands and all that, you want to place towers there, right? It's like this mental thing, you got to place towers everywhere. So you start placing all these towers, you start leveling up, and you have a bunch of towers that are really, really weak, and over time it will hurt your base tremendously. Don't build out your base. Keep your base very, very small. Personally, until you're level about 140, sorry, not 140, around level 40, don't put any towers on this island. It's a waste. Keep all your towers within this small region right here and have a group of 5 towers, and that's it. I do a video on that if you want to check that out. But not only that, because that will hurt you. My base sucks right now because I didn't change my base until I was like level 160 or something. So trust me when I say it will hurt you a lot in the future if you continue to play. Not only that though, don't waste any time on starting on a breeding guide. There's a lot of breeding guides out there, but you're going to waste a ton of tokens if you don't get on a breeding guide quickly. They're meant to help you get through tiers as fast as possible, and you do not want to get behind on dragons if at all possible, because it will hurt you. And you will start to see how weak you become over time as you get into newer tiers at a really high level, and you're not going to be able to take out bases even close to the level that you are in the game.
He is absolutely right, guys. You can ask anybody that's higher level what their biggest mistakes were, and they're going to tell you it's the same thing. So thank you for that awesome information. Guys, I'll put a link to his channel below so you could check out more of his videos. Now, my next question is, we have a new season coming up, which means new events. So what would your biggest tip be for a new player going into an event?
My biggest event tip for anyone just starting the game is make sure that you don't waste consumables if you can. That means that during fortification events, use your timers. Don't waste a ton of timers outside of that. And again, it really depends on your situation. I can be a little bit more lenient in terms of, I can use speed ups outside of the fortification. And as you play the game for a longer period of time, you'll gain speed ups, and you can kind of be a little bit more relaxed in that. But as a lower level, focus on just using speed ups during fortification, use egg tokens during breeding. Do not breed outside of breeding unless for a specific purpose, like you have to get it breedable and you don't think it's possible to do it inside the event. Because events, if you do well enough, will give you a lot of prizes to help you progress faster. And of course, since it's a game, you're going to want to try and get to higher levels as fast as possible. If you don't do events, you're not going to get there very quickly at all.
This is so true, guys, and that's the reason why doing these events are particularly important to your own growth. I mean, yes, it's going to help your team, but you've got to get those resources from these events, and these are the things that's going to help you grow your dragons or grow your level and so forth. So he's right. Take these tips and use them. Now, my next question is, why did you start doing YouTube, and what is it that you are trying to do to help the community of War Dragons?
I try to help people in the community mostly because, well, I think for 2 reasons. First off, this community is honestly really, really cool. There's a lot of people that I enjoy talking to. That's the reason why I have a lot of groups online, because I just enjoy talking with people and stuff like that. But also, I know the stresses and the issues that can come of making mistakes as a lower level player. And you'll notice that a lot of my videos are geared towards newer players or tips that can help people who might not be in Obsidian tier yet. And I think that's a good thing in terms of I think it helps somewhat. I try to help. I'm not necessarily always successful in that, but that is my goal. So that would be why. For my YouTube channel, it's just xOdinsNemesisx. If you type that into Google, my Twitter, all that stuff will pop up. I think the first one is my YouTube. I'm not sure. If you type War Dragons into YouTube, the first channel that will pop up will be mine. So that's probably the easiest way. So yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, go check out his videos and be sure to hit subscribe. We really want you to know, as viewers, that we are trying to work together to create a really cool, place for everybody to go get information, because we're a community. We work together.
So I want to say thank you for letting me do this. I think that royalpaynewife will also be on one of my videos that I'm going to do similar to this. So yeah, thank you so much, sir, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Awesome. Well, no, thank you. I'm super excited. I can't wait to be on your show. I hope that my presence is as cool as yours. But we do appreciate you coming in today, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, guys, so I really hope you enjoyed our time with Odin's Nemesis, and be sure to check back next Tuesday for Talk Dragon Tuesdays and see what it is we have in store for you. If there's something you think would be really cool to add into this, make sure you put that in the comments section below so that we can maybe get some more cool ideas in there. Now, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and then make sure you hit that little bell so you can get notifications every time we post a new video. Happy hunting!